Kudos to an amazing series for both the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Denver Nuggets. One of the greatest matchups anyone can hope for. Anthony Edwards, Karl-Anthony Towns, Nas Reed, Mike Conley, Jaden McDaniel, Rudy Gobert, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Kyle Anderson deserves all the praise in the world, knocking off the defending champs and proving why they're a few steps away from being newly crowned champs. The terrific lockdown defense down the stretch, forming a wall in the fourth quarter, energetic Nas Reed on both ends ended Denver's back-to-back title dreams. The Nuggets slander for blowing a 20-point lead will continue to get ridiculed, but don't let anyone convince you that Jokic still isn't the best player in the NBA. He absolutely proved it despite the loss, ran out of gas against a top-notch defense. Too bad his teammates outside of Jamal Murray for Game 7 didn't show up.
Out west, the story is the defending champs will not be repeat champs. That series, it's over.
Nikola Jokic gave up. He gave up early in this one.
The reigning three-time league MVP is not even the best player in this series.
The conversation around Jokic was head and shoulders clear best player in the league. That is coming into some question.
The outcome of the series had no effect on his deserving case winning MVP. As soon as he loses, the haters come out swinging in full force. No all-time great player has gotten more justifiable backlash than petty 52-year-old Shaquille O'Neal. The absolute audacity to bring up his personal feelings about the award moments after Jokic earned his third.
I don't like to rain on people's parade, but I'm not happy with this one. Congratulations to Joker, you are the best big man in the league, but based on everybody's criteria, my criteria, stat stuffer, you guys' criteria, number one seed, which team has a better record, I felt Shai Alexander deserved it.
The Diesel needed to make sure he was the first to slander the 28-year-old superstar who's jealous Jokic, becoming a serious dread and tarnishing his reputation, and move above him in the best big man conversation.
Joker, as the president of the Big Man Alliance, you are the vice president of the Big Man Alliance. You know I love you, the best player in the league. I want to congratulate you, but I want you to hear from me first. I thought the SGA should have been the MVP. That's no disrespect to you, but congratulations. And what do you guys have to do to get back on track versus Minnesota?
Thank you, Shaq. We don't judge people here, so that's fine. It's your opinion. I'm joking.
The man received 79% of first place votes. Many can have their opinions for Shai or Luka, but no way was this MVP considered a robbery. During a time the Nuggets were down 0-2 on verge of getting swept, O'Neal should be the absolutely last person to be kicking someone when their team's down. Anybody who's considered an all-timer, no top 15 player in NBA history has been swept more times than Shaq himself.
Minnesota is better than the Nuggets. No disrespect. The MVP is getting outplayed. They don't have an advantage anywhere. I said before the season, I didn't believe in them. They have changed my mind 100%. The Minnesota Timberwolves are for real. They're going to sweep the Denver Nuggets, period.
For someone like Charles Barkley, it's an absolute travesty. How quick he was to dismiss Jokic and the Nuggets like that. He knows damn well to never underestimate the heart of a champion. Let's now remind the world what happened the year after he lost to Jordan in the finals. His Suns, well in contention, blew a 2-0 series lead to Hakeem's Rockets after winning the first two in Houston in similar fashion. And guess what happened the year after? Phoenix also blew another 2-0 lead on the defending champions. Dreamy outplayed him both times. Talk about humiliation. Bill Simmons compares Minnesota's defense to all-time great teams.
I think Minnesota's gonna sweep Denver. I think the series, I've been through these a few times as a fan, and I think this one's done. And basketball is about to change, as we know. So if I'm doing a pyramid, 04 Pistons top, the next spot would be the 89 Pistons and the 91 Bulls. So I would put the 24 T-Wolves pretty close to that third tier at this point.
When down 2-0, the haters in full effect, the narrative was they were never that great, having an easy path, not having to go through any 50-win teams. Hard to discredit them for being the number one seed all along last season. While Phoenix 2023 was the favorites last season, Jokic absolutely dominated. made DeAndre Ayton quit and forced KD to pursue Bradley Beal, forming another failed super team. And of course, talking heads had the audacity to pick the Lakers last conference finals.
The league that messed up by giving the Lakers an opportunity to be able to compete for a championship. And when I look at the Western Conference, I'm looking at the Lakers right now, and I actually had them picked to win in the West.
Everybody knows I'm going to have the Lakers for the series because when the playoffs started, the Lakers win the title. Everybody knows Jokic and AD, that matchup is going to likely be the deciding matchup ostensibly in the series.
Jokic just gets it off in time. It's up. Oh, it's good. Of course it goes in. Jokic from downtown. Anthony Davis just stares at him. Jokic has to put it up. Falling away, puts it up. Bang!
Perkins, the same guy responsible for shifting the MVP narrative to Embiid.
So guys winning MVP since 1990, it's only 3 guys that won the MVP that wasn't top 10 in scoring. Do you know who those 3 guys were?
Who were they?
Steve Nash, Jokic, and Dirk Nowitzki. Now, what do those guys have in common? I'll let it sit there and marinate. You think about it.
This team continues to prove everybody wrong time and time again. Jokic's just not the guy the NBA media wants to be the best player, and looking for every single reason to discredit him. Gilbert Arenas supposedly having sources of a Nuggets bench player texting him how he looks defeated.
This is a report from someone on the bench. Can't tell you who. So you can see the text thread. You can see the text thread. You can see the text thread. And walking everyone down. He keep playing. Yep, this is embarrassing. This is the player. This is embarrassing. Wrote, he don't know what he doing when it comes to the bench. He trying to hold me on purpose. Work my ass off and play every game for him. Do this shit like this. Dude's a bitch. I guess he's talking about the coach. Hey, believe what Jokic already said in our huddle. He wants to go home. He's done. Doesn't want to play anymore, bro.
Suspiciously odd behavior. If Arenas was lying, should have his podcast suspended. We all know he's a huge Jokic hater.
So you're giving the MVP to a guy who, when it counts, has to give it to another guy. And you're saying, hey, young fella, maybe next year. It kind of just takes away from, what are we all doing this for? What is the point of being number one? Jason Tatum, what is the point of me being number one? What is the point of us doing any of this if you're not rewarding anything?
Once again, the Minnesota Timberwolves fully deserves all the respect and earned their hard-fought victory, but don't let any of the Jokic disrespect convince you he's not the league's top player. Many wanting to ship a narrative can't accept his greatness, crown a US superstar. When people make ridiculous, disrespectful statements, gotta call them out on those ticks. Depending on what Nuggets do off-season, Jokic will be 30 years old by next playoffs. His legacy still forever cemented as a true champion with 3 MVPs, still without another All-Star for all the years he's been in the league. Somewhere in the top 15 player conversation all time. All the great ones have lost a Game 7, except if you're Bill Russell. Joker simply didn't go down without a fight in the final game, shot poorly from 3, but that didn't stop him from being aggressive as his teammates could not deliver when it mattered. If the Nuggets were to get rid of one of his key players, it has to be Michael Absolute Travesty Porter, who played like shit. Last 4 games of this series, literally disgusting. The Jokic haters love seeing him fail, and Joker deserves partial blame for not beating an elite Minnesota powerhouse, being 0-5 against 50-win teams. When the 2020 Clippers won short of 50, playing 72 games, all those nonsense debates on who's going to be crowned new face of the league, the disrespect and hatred towards the international megastars, absolutely needs to stop unless the unbelievable Doncic does something extraordinary the next round or 2. Jokic, still in the middle of his prime, has been objectively and statistically the most consistent superstar the last 4 years, with more Jokic haters emerging, trying to kick him when he's down. After Game 5, many call him top 10 all-time already in GOAT conversations, but let's pump the brakes. Now somehow he's overrated? Nah. This season, only the Nuggets' second year of being true contenders, and there's more to come. Until then, the backlash continues, but the greatness of Jokic, being humble in defeat, not going anywhere anytime soon.
It wasn't a sweep. They felt you were the better team, and there's so much talent on this team that they thought this was the team that could repeat. Is that what makes it, with you perhaps staying more because of the talent on this team?
You know, I don't believe in that. I didn't believe in that. I think the team who was is better team. So you have a 7 game, so over best of 7. So if someone beats you, I think they're the better team. Congrats to them. We did have a chances, of course we did, but when someone beats you, I mean, they're just better.